stream at getparkdaily.com.
Why does that make you so
Are
happy?
you nauseous yet? We'll wait till the
Why?
show's over.
Why does it make you so happy?
I don't know. But it does here.
Hey, you know what? Now that we're officially into March, I think we should bring the Bailey's Irish Cream down and put it on the table.
We should.
It's not like we're even going to drink any of it, but it's just
Put it
the
in the
fact that
coffee.
it's
Put it
there.
in your coffee.
It makes me so happy.
Hi there, welcome. Morning mountain cam. Let's do it. Watch
Happy
how
March
light.
1st.
See how light it is outside. Are you kidding me?
Perfection. Morning Mountain Cam is brought to you by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. You can go to brioaudiovisual.com. That is gorgeous.
We're gonna have a big storm coming on Friday.
Wow.
I'm
That'll be great.
I'm gonna sleep next to my snowblower in the garage, waiting for that moment. I'm so excited about that.
I know you will. It's going to be the storm of the century, honey. I know.
Storm of the century.
Storm.
It
of
won't
the
be.
century. No.
But it'll be nice because I have a snowblower. You all hate me for that. I know that.
I thought you dismantled the slow blower to thus encourage.
Shh. I was messing with them.
Okay, that's good. All right. Explain the stuck red light thing to me because I don't get this at all. So this
You
is
were
a
go- okay,
new
you were
piece of
gone.
legislation, right?
You were gone yesterday.
Yeah.
And taking care of that stuff. And Daisy,
Sick nanny, yeah.
Daisy helped me out. And the bill was, it was in committee, was to allow you to drive up to, and it's kind of vague. It's like early morning, or I don't know. Drive up to a red light, and if you believe it is stuck, you could drive through it. If there's no other cars or pedestrians.
If you believe
That's
that
kind
the
of a gray
stuck
area.
red light.
Right.
Have you ever been to a stuck red light?
Yes.
I haven't.
Where
Not
it
once in my
cycles-
entire life of
It
driving.
cycles like 4 or 5 times without you getting a green. I have been there.
No, I've never. That's never happened to me once.
They have UDOT came out on this and they went, hey, right, you're going to do this? This is where all the accidents happen in intersections.
I have to be honest, that's never once happened to me in all my years of driving.
Evidently, one of the guy's constituents said that
He put
did
this whole bill together because one of
it's
his buddies
always-
had a red light problem.
It's always one person. They were going to the airport, they're running late, and he went to the light, and he thought it was stuck, and he drove through it, and the cop pulled him over, and the cop gave him a ticket.
Because the light wasn't stuck.
He went
and
through a red light.
He went through a red light. So
It passed through committee. It's out for a full vote.
I have a really bad idea with it.
What could go wrong?
Only, like everything. So because basically one of his buddies was late to the airport and he got a ticket because he went through a red light. Now,
He went to the judge.
if you believe the light was stuck, you can just go through it.
So is there a time limit?
Yeah,
on
could that
how many
be?
times it cycles around?
And
The judge, he took it to the judge. The judge went, pay the fine.
well, I guess that's my other question. So is it any time of the day or night? I mean, I could see like three or four in the morning when no one's around.
Well, at first they were saying early morning, but what is early morning? Our early morning is 5.
Yeah, so what do
Other
you consider
people's-
early morning? 7?
On Sunday, early morning is 10. So I'm not sure.
That doesn't make any logical sense.
Right. No.
I mean, I'm trying not to be.
It's not supposed to.
I'm here. I want to be supportive, but it's like
No,
that makes no
it's
logical
our
sense.
It's our representatives making our lives better.
All right. Do you know that how you can tell the difference between a millennial and like a baby boomer?
How?
There's a specific one now. All right. You know that the real estate market here in
I thought it was
Utah
a joke.
Oh no, it's sincere. You know that the real estate market in Utah is insane right now, right?
Yeah.
And it's this way in a lot of other parts of the country, but here especially. When Todd and I listed our house for sale, we had was it 5 offers the first day?
Yeah. But it's
mean-
gotten worse.
And it's gotten worse. Well, better, I guess, since then.
Depends if you're selling or buying.
Yeah, since we sold, and then we can't find anything to buy yet. That's why
Well,
we've been renting for a year, waiting for the market to settle down.
And the double wide's working out really nicely.
And for instance, the house next door to us sold. I think
Same day.
It was the first buyer.
Same day,
It was
same
the first
guy.
person who went through the house, and I'm putting a bid down now. So here's the difference, though. This guy, his wife was out of town. He's the nicest guy in the world. Have you met him yet? Our new neighbor?
No.
He's a real sweetheart. His wife was out of town. I said, oh, so what does your wife think? And he goes, oh, I clicked a picture of the front of the house and sent it to her. And I went, you put a bid down on a house that your wife hasn't seen? He goes, oh, we've done this 3 times. Millennials, over 47% of millennials have put a bid on a house, sight unseen.
That they have not seen?
Uh-huh. And overall, 35% of home buyers here along the Wasatch Front have put a bid down on a house they haven't seen yet. Like maybe you saw the prospectus, on
Well, you're desperate.
UtahRealestate.com or whatever.
You're desperate to get in, And the problem that in the past has always been is someone makes an offer on it and it ties the house up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't do anything. So the real estate agents now are like, do it.
You better really
You better
want
do
this.
it. So 35% of the people are walking in, buying it online, and then going and looking at it. They're lucky, too, because the backyard's really pretty next door.
It is gorgeous. They're going to live it. And we're the nicest neighbors. But
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Oh, so many things. But 35%. Can you imagine putting a bid down on a house we hadn't seen yet?
I know people have done this.
But in this market, maybe...
Well, cars. People have done this with cars and vehicles.
But it's not the same. A house is like the biggest thing you ever buy.
Right.
And a third of us would do it without even having seen it first.
And we're not talking...
You see the pictures, but we've all sold houses. You know how pretty your house can look in pictures.
Oh, yeah. You've seen hotel rooms the size of a locker, a walk-in closet. And they look huge.
Fish Islands. So that's interesting to me, though. I just thought that was kind of crazy.
And that is just...
35%.
Hey, I found a house. Look at the door. There you go. Congratulations.
But it's funny. But apparently millennials are really most likely to try this, and they didn't have a problem with it because they basically said, "Look, it's not permanent. Nothing in a millennial life is perfect. If you think about, permanent because they're more likely to. They say that they're going to shift careers up to 8 times. The fact that they'll get married later, the fact that they'll have children later. So." For instance, in Los Angeles, 57% of people will put a bid down on a house sight unseen.
That's crazy.
Over half. So that's just interesting.
And to think about millennials, and you're thinking to yourself, because everybody's making fun of them, and I've always stood up for them, because every generation's different.
I'm not making fun of them.
Yes, you are. Everyone
No.
makes fun of them. Oh, they live with their grandparents and stuff like that. But I think it's over 50% have saved $100,000. Maybe because they're living in their folks' basement.
Whatever it takes.
But anyway, where is my story?
Oh, Thursday says it's been on my bucket list to be the first to comment on the Todd and Erin show. Good morning, Thursday. We love you so much.
Hi, Thursday. What are you doing up so early?
You were first, kitten. We love you very much.
She has crazy family. She has a crazy family.
Good morning, Kim. We love you too. Oh, and Sandy. Oh, she says, well, what they do is once they make the bid, then they do use their due diligence to get out of the purchase later if they decide they don't like it when they finally see it. That would be frustrating.
Tell me if you have the story, and I can do it, but if you have the story with the thing about lottery tickets.
The unluckiest thief.
Yeah,
I do have it down here.
Do you?
Keep talking for a minute.
This guy got pulled over, by the way, and him and his girlfriend driving along, and his windows were heavily tinted, which is against the law to a certain grade, because the cops can't see in, and they just want to see a little bit in, whatever. And he pulled the guy over and basically looked in the car, and the guy's girlfriend was there, and there's beer cans everywhere.
That's always a bad start.
And a couple bundles of money. And,
that's also a bad start.
And then he got kind of concerned, and because the beer was in the car, they had ability to search the car.
Well, yeah, because they were 19, and then they had a big pile of beer. This is Antonio Ugarte.
St. George.
It was pretty funny because once they got in there and they found all the beer, and then they found the bundles of cash, and then they found several cartons of cigarettes,
right.
which was nice.
You got to steal that.
And then he found 61 stolen lottery tickets.
Because he held up a gas station.
And the UHP officer said, why the lottery tickets? And he goes, because I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah, but wait a minute. They can't charge him for that, can he? Because if he didn't scratch them off, boom.
They're still stolen, though.
What are they worth? That's like stealing a pad of sticky notes.
But my point is, this 19-year-old told the police officer as he's being arrested for pretty much every felony in the world, because I'm a lucky guy.
I'm a lucky guy. Wouldn't it be funny if he went to court and they hadn't scratched off the lottery tickets yet, and then the judge would take them and he'd go,
because it's evidence,
Let's see how long you're going to spend in jail.
Oh, that's so
that didn't
mean.
match. Oh no, not that one. Oh, 6 months. You just won $100, and just keep going all the way through, and that's a sentence.
See, I would almost pay for a judge with a sense of humor like that, unless, of course, I was the one standing there, because that would suck.
That would be hilarious.
That really would be funny. You have to admit.
All right. So
cool story. I just wanted to do this one because I actually know this woman, and it was on Facebook yesterday.
Who is this?
And you know her. It's Megan. I think you pronounce her last name Melania. I'm trying to remember, but she's up in Idaho. But she comes to Erin's night out every year.
Oh yeah.
And she brings her mom. And she's the one who was the FBI agent.
Oh yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is really cool. She has a comfort animal now, a corgi, who's pretty awesome. And she lives up in Idaho, and she was about to fly up to Alaska to see her family. And so she had her corgi, she had the comfort animal, everything's all set up. And all of a sudden she turned around, and her dog, because you know how disciplined Megan is, her dog is perfection. I mean, I know you've heard horror stories about comfort animals. Hers is perfection.
It's like, do not pat, I'm working.
Yeah, it's a service dog. So when she turned around and her corgi wasn't there, she's like, what the hell is, because that's not like
typical,
at all. And she looked over and she realized that her corgi had trotted around the corner, and she was sitting next to a man on one of the other aisles, and she had her head in his lap. And the guy's like petting her really gently like this, and so Megan ran over and said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't know what happened." And he said, "No, this is wonderful." And her dog's name is Cora, and she said, "I apologize about Cora." And he goes, "No, this is wonderful." And she said, "Really?" And he said, "I lost my dog last night. I had to put my dog to sleep. I'd had her for 18 years." And he says, "I think maybe Cora knew, because she sat there and just put her head on his lap and let him love her."
She never left his side, or her side.
The owner's side. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh.
Dogs know so many cool things, but I just love the fact that she knew he needed her.
Yeah.
And that is a comfort animal.
There you go.
Right?
All right, information time.
Okay, this is Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom, and she's brought to you by Always Black Friday. 30 to 75% off every day. They're on 12th Street in Ogden. Also by the Denali Performance Medical Center. These are for athletes and anyone who's like blown out a disc or a shoulder or a knee. These are the guys that can fix it for you, and without opioids. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. You want to make sure that your furnace is working in top condition to save hundreds in energy bills. These would be the guys to call at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. So glad it's March. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Thursday, March 1st on GephartDaily.com. A 65-year-old woman who runs an unlicensed daycare in Salt Lake City has been booked into jail after she admitted to slamming a baby's feet onto the floor because he wouldn't stop crying. Elvira Ortega is charged with felony child abuse after doctors determined the 10-month-old baby had 2 broken legs, which were fractured just below his knees. Ortega's bail was set at $100,000 after she told officers she would rather go to Mexico than to jail. A collision Wednesday in Farmington left 3 people in critical condition after a head-on collision. Officials say an elderly man drove the wrong way on Legacy Highway, heading into oncoming traffic. His car and the one he hit were both driving at 55 to 60 miles per hour, police said. Northbound traffic was blocked for multiple hours Tuesday afternoon so that first responders and investigators could do their jobs. And the earth moved in the Panguitch area on Wednesday morning about 10 minutes into our live show. It was caused by a very small earthquake, which registered at 3.6 on the Richter scale. No injuries or property damage were reported. We didn't feel it up north, hundreds of miles away, but if any of our lovely southern Utah viewers rolled extra hard while laughing at the hilarious things we said at about 7:10, we would be happy to take full credit. And time now for your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our proud sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual business. Well, we made it to March, the month when spring officially begins. And now the countdown begins to March 20th, the day of the solstice. But as we count, more winter storms are heading in our direction. Expect rain in much of the state today, followed by several days of snow. Winter got a slow start this year, so it looks like it's trying to make up for lost time. Daytime temperatures in northern Utah should be tolerable in the 40s and 50s through Saturday, with nighttime lows right around freezing. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Great. All right, welcome back to the Todd and Erin morning stream at GephartDaily.com. All right, you're going to tell me, I got to tell you about All Utah Plumbing. If you go to allutahplumbing.com, you're going to see the gang, find out what kind of stuff they do. They're doing a lot of bathroom remodels right now, and they just did one for a family. It has a boy who has some special challenges. And they opened up the shower and the tub, made a big glass wall for him, and made him a lot more comfortable when he was taking a shower. They can do anything you need. They will take you to the tile store and let you pick it out. They will do that with the flooring. They will do that with everything. So if you want to have a great project done, allutahplumbing.com. Now are you going to tell me something good?
I will tell you something good. It's brought to you by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day. By the way, if you go online to alwaysblackfriday.com, you can see all the cool stuff that they've got in the store. They do all the inventory. It's really nice. Okay, this is a big deal. You know, we've been talking a lot about like child abductions, human trafficking, and people recognizing the signs of stuff that's been going on.
Airplanes.
Mm-hmm. This one was a lot more aggressive. This is terrifying. Amy Martinez, she's 12 years old.
Uh-huh.
She was walking to class at Lathrop Intermediate School, and this woman came up and grabbed her in a bear hug and started dragging her away. And she's crying and she's freaking out, but she's very small, and this woman was really large.
Right.
And she was telling her, you're mine. I'm going to take you. Scare, all the usual things. And she's kicking and crying. And so this woman who had just dropped her child off looked over and she saw what was happening, and she ran over. Now, here's the thing that's a killer. The woman who was trying to abduct Amy was, they said, was 5'11", very large. The woman who raced over to try to help her was about Amy's size. She was 4'11".
A petite person.
Yeah, she weighed like 100 pounds. And she said, "What are you doing with my daughter?" And the woman stopped for a minute.
No, wait a minute. You said she dropped her kids off at school.
And so she raced over and said, "What are you doing with my daughter?" And the other woman, this is the only thing that would have stopped her. She says, "This is my daughter. What are you doing touching my daughter?" So she pretended that Amy was hers and got like crazy aggressive, and this was the only thing that finally scared off the woman, and so she dropped her and ran. But I mean, just the fact that she was thinking that quickly, because she knew, I'm too small to like beat you down and drag Amy out of your arms.
Confront you with.
So instead, she tried to make it look really straightforward, like, this is my daughter, and use the authority thing, and it worked.
So just in case you're not freaked out enough by this world, there you go. You know what? One of the things that always gets me too is when Zoe was in preschool, and she was just kind of feeling her oats and just trying to figure out what's going on. And she's a great kid, by the way. And one day when I picked her up, she was really upset that it wasn't Erin picking her up. And the fact that Erin she thought they had made plans or whatever.
Plans are important to Zoe.
And she wigged out like she never has wigged out and hasn't since. She wigged out on me. This is when I picked her up at school. So I'm about half a block away from my car, and she's wigging out the entire time. And I can't tell you how many...
Did you have to carry her?
No, but how many... I at one point grabbed her hand and walked with her. Mm-hmm. There wasn't one parent who wasn't out of their car.
Oh, man.
And looking at me like, who are you?
I'm her dad.
I'm her dad. Yeah, and so I finally got her by the car. She wouldn't get in the car. She's sitting on the grass there between the street and the sidewalk, just freaking out.
I'm so sorry, honey.
And I look across, and I see one of the moms that knows us and knows Zoe. And I go, tell him.
Please tell him I'm not trying to kidnap my own child.
I'm the one she hates right now. But yeah, people are...
That is the worst.
People have attention now. They have focus on when they see something weird. They're like... Because you'd want... But how embarrassing would that be? People come up, excuse me, who are you? I went, I'm her dad. And then if they
remember my sister Jenny when Gabriel was younger and he got pissed off at her in the store and he started screaming, "Stranger danger."
What the...
It's like, you suck. As a child, you suck.
You're not getting a car. Ever.
Stranger danger.
That's just horrible.
Oh, I'm so sorry you went through that. I've forgotten that story until you just brought it back up. That's the worst.
It is the worst. Because now she's like all good. Now it's just this one time.
But you know what? I would always rather have someone come up to me and go, "Can I help you? What's going on?" than have people just look at me dragging a screaming child off. So
but at that point you say, "Zoe, go home and tell him who I am." And she wouldn't. Something like that.
No, that's totally Zoe. I would totally see her. I would totally see her doing that.
And if you have any candy, I'm going with you.
Yep, that's Zoe.
That's Zoe. All right, so what's coming up next?
This is really fun. First of all, Christopher's, we wanted to thank you guys for being with us. We're celebrating tomorrow, Friday, our first anniversary of the Todd and Erin morning stream.
We haven't been fired.
It is because of you.
Yep.
We love you so freaking much. We can hardly stand it. Millions upon millions of hits on the show, and we're still not clear why. But we're thanking you by sending you to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse at Gloria's Place. And it's very, very simple. All you have to do is drop a comment on the show today. It doesn't matter when you're watching. We don't care. That could be the Gephardt Daily Facebook page, Gephardt Approved, or if you're on the conversation here on the Todd and Erin page. Thank you. Good morning. Nice to see you. Just say hi, Christopher's, anything you want, and you're automatically entered. Yes, dear.
I talked about snow coming on Friday. Mm-hmm. Today's date, that'll be on March 2nd. 2018, in case you're watching on demand. Because otherwise you're going to go, it's going to snow, and I don't want to freak you out.
Well, nice.
There you go.
Okay.
What's coming up next?
Coming up next, we got the Daisy and Erin Weekend Awesomeness.
All right.
Daisy always has the coolest stuff.
Coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com any time of the day or night?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Happy Black Friday!
Yeah, it's not always good.
See?
It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the clouds. So inspiring. Good morning. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GephartDaily.com. We were just admiring the beautiful mountain cam back here anyway. So you're much better now. So.
Yeah, oh, way better. Yeah,
Your voice was going.
Yeah, so what was it, Tuesday? I had a really hard time getting through news. I was just like, my voice was just going out.
Kind of crippling in our line of work.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because so after the show, Pat, our boss, was like, oh, you should go home. And I did the thing, for everyone else when they're sick, I'm like, go home, take care of yourself. And of course me, he's like, you should go home. And I'm like, I did that kind of, yeah, am I? And he's like, no.
Your weak little cough of, no, I can make it.
I'm good. He's like, get out of here. So the thing that was cool was I went home, just sat in front of the TV, read all day, didn't talk.
Smart.
Till the evening, and had Zycam. My mum brought me a massive pineapple. I was telling Todd the other day because
Pineapple's the thing.
Pineapple's the thing.
The cure-all.
But now, so Wednesday I was cool, but now Jay is sick, but kind of not with the same symptoms. So I think it's just that last hurrah before spring. Everyone has to get sick.
We all keep reinfecting each other at the Collard House of Pestilence. So literally last night I went around with all those antibacterial cloths and I wiped down every surface in the entire house 8 times.
Has Zaki still got his pink eye?
No, that's gone.
That's gone.
Poor
So
little
is
guy.
anyone sick now, or
yeah,
you?
I'm sick, and yeah.
You're still sick?
I'm still sick.
You have, oh my gosh,
Again.
you have had a rough time of it this winter, haven't you?
What is wrong? It's like, I don't know if it's that we're all slovenly, we just reinfected each other, or that the entire valley is like a mass of pathogens, or what happened.
Well, and Richard said the air probably isn't helping a lot.
Oh, and Richard's sick now too.
And Richard's sick now too.
We're disgusting.
It's just gross.
I know, right? Oh, well. But the weekend will make up for this. We're
Yeah.
all going to be better by Saturday.
Yeah.
So there will be things to do
Yeah,
and we'll be better.
yeah, and there's so many fun things to do
I
this
know.
weekend.
Now, there are 2 things I wanted to hit really fast just because I thought these were awesome. If you've never heard about the Tumbleweeds Film Festival, it's for kids. As a matter of fact, my daughter, Zozo's going there today for their field trip. But they have amazing films and shorts and animated films from all over the world, and this is and the prices are ridiculous for school groups that go in. It tends to be free, but for anyone, it's stupidly cheap.
And even if you're not a kid,
Yeah, right?
You know?
I know.
I mean, I love kids movies and stuff.
Well, especially these, they're beautiful.
Is it at the library or where is it?
Well,
this year?
here's the deal. They're doing it at the Salt Lake City Main Library, but they also have the Film Festival Clubhouse over at the Leonardo.
Oh, cool.
And there's also the main library's urban room, and then the atrium of the Leonardo. It's free, but they have 20 craft and technology activities. There's virtual reality games, Indonesian shadow puppets from the Museum of Fine Arts.
Amazing.
Do you remember those? How beautiful they are?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, I do.
DIY visual puzzles. They have all these different things. So you can go see a film, and then you can go over, and it's all free, and you
Yeah.
can just go through and have all these experiences. But you're right, for kids, it's the coolest thing ever.
So did Zoe have a special tumbleweeds outfit that she wore this
course she
morning?
did.
Of course she did.
She calls it her mixed media dress.
You're joking.
Because it's covered with all these emojis and different exclamation points and all these different punctuations, and it's her mixed media.
Can I even express how much I love that? Her mixed media
I don't even
dress.
know where she got the phrase from. I'm like, how would you even know that? You're 6. Although she's...
Her mixed media. I love that so much. I can't even tell you.
Oh.
You're like, dude, you're 6.
It's just... Oh, by the way, you and Jay are invited over for cake on Sunday at 6.
Oh, great. Okay.
She wanted to let you know, because it's the family party. Tell her it's not the kids' one. It's the grown-up party.
Oh, okay.
So that you guys know the grown-ups will be there.
Is this her birthday?
Yes. 7.
When is
7
she?
on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, can you even believe it?
I was talking to my girlfriends last night, and they all remembered holding her at all of our events because I would be running around with her in a sling, and they're like, let me hold the baby, go do something.
Yeah.
And now she's...
7. Darling.
Oh, I'm getting to... Okay. This is so sad. I'm tearing up. What is wrong with me?
No, that's all right.
No, it's pathetic.
Oh, darling Zoe. So we're invited to the grown-ups party.
Yeah, the
not
grown-up.
the
She didn't
kids.
think you'd want to be at the kids because that's like slumming.
Okay.
You'd want to be the grown-up one where all
Right.
the cool kids are.
Is she going to be wearing her mixed media dress?
I will ask her to wear it just in honor of you, so that's cool too. All right, the other thing that's happening on Saturday that's also pretty cool is at the Viridian Center. It's at 1 o'clock. It's the Tech Fest. Now, so this is the Teen Tech Fest, and the reason why I like this, it's an interactive technology extravaganza, and it's unbelievable. It's part of the STEM effort, science, technology, engineering, and math. But this is amazing. It's free, but they give you all kinds of different cards that you can use for online STEM activities. So like $5 free cards. They have all of these different interactive models that you can try, but the whole goal is to try to get them towards better ideas of what they want to do as a career. And so they have all these different mentors there from all of these Fortune 500 companies going, well, this is how we're using this. They've got representatives from Apple there. They have people from Microsoft saying, why don't you try out this new tech and these new games we're working on? They teach you how to design video games, and it's all for free. And they're also entering people to win a full scholarship.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
If Zoza were older, I'd drag her to that one. But it's an absolutely amazing thing. It's for 13 to 18-year-olds.
And Satan Expo?
No, it's at the Viridian Center.
Oh, Viridian Center.
In West Jordan, and it's free.
Okay. Oh, that sounds
Isn't that amazing?
cool. Yeah. So anyone that has kind of an interest in that direction, that could really put them on a certain path.
Well, I want to go meet the guys from Apple and go, what do you got?
Oh, yeah.
I want to go check it out, too.
Yeah, seriously.
But
that sounds amazing.
Apparently, we've aged out of this opportunity, Daisy. But yeah, if you've got a 13 to 18-year-old, this is totally right up their alley.
Absolutely. And kids,
Isn't that neat?
I mean, it's always shocking now. I mean, I sound like I'm 90, but just amazing how kind of tech savvy even the young kids are, just
So much.
So much so.
I know Zoe taught herself Minecraft. I was humbled. I went through the first tutorial with her, and I went, come back when you need me. And she was blazing through like level 27.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're done.
Oh, she's very intelligent, isn't she?
She amazes me. Yeah, I don't know where she got that one from. Probably Todd, but that's good. All right. So anyway, I mean,
Silly.
I just love the fact though that there's 2 opportunities that are free.
Yes.
And it's stuff that really enriches your kids, and it's fun, and it's I don't know. I just thought it was a great weekend for stuff.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
All right. Now you always beat me though in awesome. So what do you have?
I went to see a really, really good play last night. It's Plan B Theatre, which is based at the Rose Wagner.
And they always have
Performing
squirrely
Arts
awesome stuff.
Yeah, and it's called The Weird Play.
Well, at least they're being honest about it.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. So it's a co-production with Sackerson, who did. Do you remember I talked about the Little Prince a month or so ago? That's that company.
Oh, cool.
And so this is the description of it. It's by a local playwright called Jennifer Nee, and she describes it as the weird play is a contemplation of first love, the ecstasy of love, really bad love, self-love, religious love, the end of love, moving on from love.
Which encompasses basically the entire gamut of human emotion. That's good.
Yeah, it's got 3 amazing local actresses. Dee Dee Darby-Duffin, who I've talked about, she's a singer as well. Susanna Florence, and then April Fossen. And it is kind of avant-garde, which we've talked about before. So it's not basically all that really means is it's not like a realistic show that you're like, okay, this is about a husband and wife.
Here's a grocery store.
So,
yeah.
you're kind of thinking, oh, this character might be God, or they might be the personification of love, and those plays can often be so pretentious and just like, you're like, oh, this is kind of awful.
This fire hydrant represents the struggle of humanity. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but this one is incredibly good, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a super cool set and some great kind of lighting effects that
What
happen.
what was the most moving moment in it? Because I would think with love, you've got a couple of moments where you're like,
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some interactions that I love. The most impressive kind of visual effect was that it's in this kind of very large white room that everything, there's like clocks and books on the walls and stuff, and everything is white. But there's a part where one of the characters climbs up onto these bookshelves and is taking books out of, like, on three sides. She takes like a book out here, a book out here, and each time she takes a book out, there's this amazing like backlight that comes through in different colors, and then for a while the books are on the floor, and so you've got these backlights that are so say there's two backlights here. There's two coming through, but then they change colors.
I love that.
I mean, visually, it's just gorgeous.
The way you describe it, I can picture it perfectly. That's amazing.
Yeah. So the only downside of this is that Plan B is very popular. The run is sold out. But what they do, it's going through, I actually don't have when it's going through. I think it's going through next weekend. But what you can do is you can go an hour before showtime, and you will often get in this way. You put yourself on a wait list.
Almost always really tickets.
And that, you know, especially in the winter time, there's almost always people that are like,
because it's going to be snowing this weekend, so you know it's going to happen. Yeah.
So and then they just seat you, and it's in the small the studio theater, which seats 70 people.
That's so cool.
I would say, you know, if the website's planbtheatre.org, hop on, get the show times. I would highly recommend it, and it's quite short. It's only like 70 minutes long.
You know what's twisted about this? Now that you told me that it's sold out and that I'm going to have to do the sneaky thing to get in, I want to go like 50% more now, right on principle.
Exactly.
You're like, I want to get in because I'm not allowed.
Yeah,
it's like that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's a good tip. And that's
also,
a very good hint, though.
Just to you know, it's a local playwright, it's a woman playwright. You know, and
I'm all about that.
Yeah, totally.
We want to support that.
And then the other event, this is funny because I picked this and you actually picked this
right?
as well. So the Hibernian Society, this is a night with the Irish poets. The Hibernian Society, as most people know, is the society that puts on the St. Patty's Day parade. Have you been to this before?
I've been to it once, and it's spectacular. I mean, at the time I went, they actually had a poet from Belfast there, and his family had been like third generation IRA, and his poetry was all about the struggle and about moving to peace. And I'm like, I don't even know half of what you're saying because you got that accent. It's really thick, but this is really great. I'm loving it right now. So, but it was so good. Yes.
So it's on Saturday at 7. It's at St. Mark's Cathedral, which is 231 East, 100 South. So just
absolutely, it's beautiful. It's worth
downtown.
going just to go into that cathedral because it's heart-stoppingly beautiful.
And it's free, but they say donations to the food pantry are welcome. So you know,
who's
take
going to
lots
say
of
no
canned
to that,
food
right?
Or, you know, whatever. But so doors open at 6:30. Reading begins at 7. Light refreshments being served, and it says this year we'll be enjoying Best Loved Irish Poems Volume 2. And I mean, I can't think of anything better. You know, it's just absolutely lovely to go and do something like that.
Oh yeah, well, Todd and I are Scots-Irish, and we lived next door to Mickey and Sherry Gallivan for a bazillion years, who are like the most hardcore Irishmen on the planet. So by osmosis, you have to absorb all that culture, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
and the poetry is always beautiful.
Yeah.
So. That's going to be fun.
So 7 on Saturday, and I think you said you're going to go, and I think Jay and I might go to this as well because it's just a really lovely thing to do. So
fun.
Yeah, so that's Saturday at 7 at St. Mark's Cathedral.
So there's a bunch of free stuff this weekend. Awesome things to do. There's something you could do that you could basically get in based on spite because it's sold out and you want to be there. So this is a good weekend.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
Alrighty, and don't forget the grown-up party on Sunday.
Grown-up party on
6
Sunday
o'clock.
at 6.
Yeah.
I will wear my mixed media jeans.
I wish you would, and everyone will be good. And you'll be all happy to know I'm not making the cake this year, so it'll be edible.
You're not?
So
Are you ordering it from someone?
My brother-in-law, Bill, who is the most heartless man alive, every year I'll try to do something magnificent for Zoe's birthday, and I'll go through Pinterest, and I'll come up with some cool ideas, and I'll buy weird-shaped cake pans. And last year was this pink, like cream cheese frosting. He goes, so essentially this is pink butter. Then I went, No, it's pastries. It's the Martha Stewart recipe. He's like,
dry.
And nobody would eat it. And it was just like, okay.
Once he said that. Oh, and also the Oscars are Sunday.
Academy
as well.
Awards? Oh, I'd forgotten that. That's right.
So pencil that in for Sunday night.
Busy freaking night.
Busy freaking night. Busy freaking weekend.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for all
fun.
the excellent ideas.
Welcome.
All right, if coming up next, you got to stay with us because this is really interesting. In Hollywood news, there's no one who's more hot than Chris Hemsworth. So the fact that he has twin boys, you know, the genetic lottery there is just like kapow, right?
It does.
They have did the cutest home video. We'll show you next. It's adorable.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink and McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. And they also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down though if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
Welcome back. It is the Hollywood Connection here on the Todd and Erin Morning Stream, brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. They can set up a maintenance schedule for your commercial properties. It's awesome. All you have to do is go to utahheatingandcooling.com. All right, Chris Hemsworth, Thor Ragnarok just came out.
Oh, we haven't heard enough about him.
You know what would be awful? And we joke about this, but there's like a plain Hemsworth. There's Chris and Liam Hemsworth, who are both like astonishingly genetic specimens. And then they've got a brother who's also in acting, and he's like the plain Hemsworth. Can you imagine how depressing that would be? It's like you're going, Mom and Dad, what happened here? What happened with the DNA? Because
Are you saying that he's less a person? Maybe he's the smart one. Maybe he's the one.
Well, anyway, Chris Hemsworth is also incredibly funny. He has twin boys with his beautiful and naturally gorgeous wife, and then a little girl. But it was hysterical. He took this home video because he stuck the kids in front of their iPad and put on Thor Ragnarok. And he's like, and the brainwashing has begun. Soak it up, kids. And then he went #Dad of the Year. Can you show the video, Richard?
No. Don't have video.
Okay. Well, anyway, it was a very cute video that we don't apparently.
All right, so anyway, what else is going on? Kevin Smith.
So we have that?
No, but tell him about Kevin. We have some stills.
All right. Kevin Smith, which is getting out of the hospital. You may remember we talked about the fact that he had a heart attack over the weekend. Did
Yes.
a really funny selfie in bed. It was the LED artery, yours, the same one you had the heart surgery on. But,
All the cool kids.
But it was really sweet because I guess Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy said, hey, sending prayers, everybody, do you want to join me? And people started criticizing him for praying for him. And Kevin went, I kind of thought that was nice. But anyway, he just did a very sweet video thanking everybody at the hospital for being nice to him.
Here's Kevin in bed. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't look crazy at all.
No, not at all.
That's good.
It's
So,
like he looks like anything.
at this point,
with
yeah,
his heart attack,
actually, his
right?
color looks pretty good for a guy who just had a heart attack. So
Right.
he goes, I'm alert, to say the least.
I have to tell you that sitting up position hurts like you know what.
Excruciatingly so.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I'm glad that he's alive. I'm glad that he's well, so that's good. Okay, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. They have all the news on all the weird interest rates and how everything's been fluctuating, and someone can call you back within the next business day. Also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, theveinclinic.com, you can set up an appointment for your varicose veins. Honey, it's pain-free, and you can see the difference within 3 days. I know because I've done it there. And also by Always Black Friday, where it is 30 to 75% off every day. It's 12th Street in Ogden. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world news headlines on Thursday, March 1st on Gephardt Daily. Walmart announced Wednesday it will raise the age restriction to purchase a gun to 21 following the South Florida shooting that killed 14 students and 3 teachers. Walmart will also remove non-lethal airsoft guns and other toys that resemble firearms from its website. Dick's Sporting Goods also announced it will stop selling assault-style rifles and raise the age restriction for purchasing firearms to 21. It will also stop selling high-capacity magazines and bump stocks, which allow semi-automatic weapons to fire more rapidly. In a corporate statement, Dick's said it was deeply disturbed and saddened by the shooting in Florida and said thoughts and prayers are not enough. White House Communications Director Hope Hicks has announced she is resigning. The news came Wednesday, one day after Hicks testified before the White House Intelligence Committee in its probe into alleged Russian meddling during the last presidential election. Hicks was named the communications director in September. The 29-year-old former model was among the first of Trump's staffers in his presidential campaign, though she had no prior political experience. And owners of small and mid-sized businesses in South Korea are upset after lawmakers passed a bill to reduce work hours from 68 hours to 52 hours a week. Business owners say the shorter maximum work week will worsen their worker shortages. The country's recent minimum wage hike to the equivalent of $6.93 an hour has already caused employers to cut their staffs. South Korean economics experts say shortening work hours while trying to keep production at the current level could cost businesses $11 billion a year. And time now for another look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. The next storm system is expected to roll into northern Utah today, with rain predicted for today but snow to follow through the weekend. Sunnier skies will reappear once your work week begins again on Monday. Very funny, Mother Nature. That's it for now. For more news across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Daisy. All right, so you got a story about the royalty?
They've made their first appearance together.
Who has?
Well, everyone's been dying to find out if Meghan Markle and the Duchess of Cambridge liked each other.
Well, they have to like each other.
Well, Kate's adorable. Everybody likes Kate, and
they're
everyone
royalty.
likes Meghan.
They're royalty. They have to like.
But it's cute. So Prince Harry and Prince William and their cute and adorable fiance and wife all got together. They were doing it for Kensington Palace. For a charity, and so everyone was. I guess this is a big deal that they were all on the same stage together, so they were all freaking out with excitement.
Daisy, come here for a second. Sit down.
All right.
Please.
Yes.
Why is this such a big deal? Tell her what it is.
All right, well, they got the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and then Meghan Markle and Prince Harry all on the same stage together. If you want to show the picture again? Oh, there we are. It was for the Kensington Palace charity. Mm-hmm. And so apparently everybody was hysterical in the media world because they got the first shots of all 4 of them together. Is there a reason this is very exciting?
I think a couple of reasons, probably. The first one is that I think it's a little bit unusual that Meghan Markle is basically doing all these engagements with Prince Harry before they're married.
Oh, they don't usually do that?
They usually start after they're married. And I think, if I remember rightly, with William and Kate, they started to do joint engagements after they were married.
Okay.
So I think that is kind of a thing. And then I think also it's just kind of unusual for usually they split up the royals so they can kind of cover as much ground as possible.
I thought it was why you didn't fly together in case one of you goes down.
Yeah.
You both don't go down.
But that's true.
Because you've got the entire monarchy history, right there on the stage together.
If they put William and his 3 kids on a plane together, well, not 3 kids yet, but
two and a half kids, yeah.
That's then the first 3 people that, number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in line for the throne.
That sounds grim.
And so I think it's just relatively unusual for, for them to not be doing separate engagements,
so they can spread the love wider.
Together.
Okay.
Did you hear, by the way, that the Spice Girls the buzz is that the Spice Girls are going to reform?
I know, right?
For the royal wedding.
Get out.
Unless Mel B is lying.
That's hysterical. Well, remember that Posh took that picture of all of them together again.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would they all be together unless they were
And it was confusing because she was
something.
like, oh, we're all together, but we're not going on tour, so what are you doing? So I think that's the deal.
That would be hysterical.
Isn't that super cool?
I mean, seriously, because that's like for Prince William's kids' generation of I get to have One Direction at my wedding. So essentially for Prince Harry, it's like the same thing. That's so funny.
So that's super cool.
Cool.
I think that's why, because I noticed there was a big buzz about that too, and I think that's why it is.
Okay, now I know why it was trending on Twitter. I was
The Royals.
The Royals.
She has to explain it all. Thank you, my darling.
You're
welcome.
It's nice having an English person around.
I know, right?
Who speaks that almost English voice thing.
Yay for the expatriates. All right, coming up in a couple of minutes, you want a secret passageway. You know you want one.
I want one.
Now you can do it. They actually have kits.
I know how to do it.
We'll tell you next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
John? Hey, John. Yo, John. Hey.
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, man, how
right
are you?
here. What's going on,
Good
bud?
to see you. This is kind of refreshing that we're not in a bathroom together.
We are not in a bathroom
We're in
together.
a nice kitchen. And what are we doing today?
We are going to fix my kitchen sink. We're going to put in a new garbage disposal today.
Oh, look at that.
I'm excited. A nice upgrade. I like Incinerator. That's what we use. This one is an upgrade because it's not half horsepower.
What is
It's
it?
3/4. It's got a stainless steel inners.
Right.
It reverse grinds.
So it looks like you can make margaritas with this.
Which we can do before it gets installed if you'd like.
That'd probably be a good idea.
I've already removed the old one.
Right.
And so it'll make it simpler. I'm going to explain to you and things because it's easier up here.
Right.
Okay, so this part of the disposal is what's going to hold the disposal to the sink. If it was attached anyway, you undo these screws. Okay, it's real simple. I've kind of already done some. And then you take your screwdriver,
Okay.
which I have in my hand, and you just simply pop the ring off. See that?
Nice.
Ring comes off. That comes off. Now you want to do this in order. That comes off. The paper comes off. Okay? So this part is actually attached to the sink.
This is the part you see, right? Okay.
All this is under. So you take your plumber's putty on all sinks except for cultured marble, that kind of thing.
Right.
We used to call it Corian. So this never dries,
Right.
for years and years. You put this down and you push it into the sink, and then all this stuff from under the sink starts going back. The clip pushes back on, holds it. Then you're screwing your screws like a tire. That's on the sink, and these are screwed up. As you can see, this twists. See that, Todd?
Right.
And these little nubs right here twist onto
And they just lock
the
onto
fact
it.
that these are crooked.
Right.
and it just goes whoop and locks it up in there.
Okay. It looks so easy standing up.
Exactly.
I was thinking maybe, you know, I could be a plumber assistant or something, but it's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Under the sink. And let's see that part now. There you go. There's your. I am exhausted.
Thanks. Yeah, right.
All right. So we have a new disposal.
Yes.
So the question is, there has to be some rules.
All right. So you got asparagus, you've got potato peelings, carrot peelings, the whole thing.
Right.
And the way that you use any disposal, any size. So you got your yuck.
Right.
Little pieces, do it, and wait for it to go down, for heaven's sakes.
So other things you're doing, I know you're doing a lot of remodels right now. You've got heating and air.
Yep, so obviously remodels, then the toilets, water heaters, faucets. It's that time of year everything's picking up. Sprinklers are about to kick free. I mean, it's going to go.
So you know who to call, all Utah plumbing, heating, and air, and sprinklers, and leaks, and drips. That's why you don't fit it on your truck. That's why you keep it down there.
Yeah, I got to.
All right, thanks, guy.
Thanks, man.
Next
I'll
time
see you soon.
on DIY on getpartdaily.com.
All right.
The gurgling cola.
I thought he was gargling coffee. Talking about the opening for the Todd and Erin morning stream that Richard put together because he has a vivid imagination.
It's creepy. It's
very
creepy.
vivid imagination.
I have the story of the century right
Tell
here.
us.
Oh, don't do that. Stop it.
No, not again, gosh.
Oh my
Richard,
gosh.
stop.
Oh, uvula. Isn't that the thing that hangs
What is
down?
wrong with you?
All right, stop it. This is a cool story of the century.
Tell us.
It's become very popular. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of companies. I'm going to talk about one company. They'll come to your house and give you a secret passage.
I want one.
Who doesn't?
Right?
So they make bookcases that look like bookcases. They actually have books on them, and they happen to fit on a wall, and it's a passageway. There is a secret latch. There is a book that pulls down, just like young Frankenstein with the candle thing, right? And basically, you can go in there, and the number one reason people are doing this is to make a safe room, someplace if there is an issue that you can go in there. And some have like bulletproof deals with them and stuff. When they shut, you're like, it's a safe room. You go in, you just hang out, you call the cops, and you sit and wait. Others are $1,500. It's a full-length mirror. Once again,
I want one so bad right now. I can hardly stand it. We could do that downstairs.
I could make one.
We could totally do that
I could
downstairs.
make one. The high-end one is like $20,000, and it's like bulletproof, and it's got all this other stuff. And
I don't need all that, but I would like a book that I could like pull down and it would open the whole thing.
And
awesome.
I'm sure IKEA probably has it, so I'm going to go there and
Probably.
see. Here's the funny thing.
IKEA or Home Depot, I've already got their own run.
Everyone thinks it's so cool they can't shut up about it.
Which kind of removes the point of having a secret passage.
It's not a secret. You just told all your friends that you have a secret passage, and now you're. I will tell you my experience. First of all, it's kind of like when I was a kid. Even then, they were putting in bomb shelters and stuff in people's backyards. Or I read about it. We'll say it that way. But a huge crane would show up, and this big round
cement
tube
yeah.
would show up, and it's like 20 feet across and 40 feet wide. And
what you doing over there, Dale? Swimming pool.
They had dug a big hole in the backyard, and they would set it down on all the gravel, and everything.
That's quite a foundation for a garage, Steve.
So everybody would know. The secret thing, I have a friend who is a contractor, and he built a house, and this is up on Parley's, right at the summit on the right-hand side. They're all big houses, and he built this for the person, and the person had an extensive wine collection, and he did. He had a secret latch underneath the bookcase over here, and then the door opened here, and once again, it was all glass. seams in it like this, and it would pop open, and you'd walk inside, and there was, I don't know, it was like 20 by 20, if not bigger.
So cool.
Oh, so cool. But other ones,
had wine.
other ones come. You can go down the stairs. You get to the bottom of the stairs. You hit the button, and the stairs rise up, and you can go underneath the stairs. How cool is that? I want one so bad.
I want one of those. That would be amazing.
Even though it's a rental house, I want one of those.
Yeah, that probably would make it a problem. They might question.
Where'd the other room go? I don't know what you're talking about.
Spirit.
How cool is that?
Wow. Classic tourist attractions. I like this because I had no idea of some of these. They're like hidden gems, and it really shocked me.
Where?
If you go through different states, they all have something interesting. But these are places that you don't get as much tourist traffic, but they end up being cooler than anything else you've seen there.
Just like the biggest ball of twine.
Kind of like that. For instance, here's us, 9 Mile Canyon.
9 miles. Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are our petricles. These are our markings for the Anasazi tribe, which is what? How many thousands of years ago?
Old.
And there's it's incredible, and it's literally like this living mural of their entire culture, and it's just gorgeous.
And
it's
it's not just one spot; it's all along the way too.
Yeah. Now this is one from Virginia. This is actually I absolutely loved it. This is the caverns, and if you take a look at that, are the stalactites the ones that go down? Or those the
stalactites hang on tight?
So there's the ones that go down.
Stalagmites don't so much.
So they're the ones on the bottom.
Tights on the hanging down.
All right, Virginia, that's a gorgeous one.
So they have a lot of. I didn't know they had a lot. That's gross.
This is the Museum of Torture. It's
I know
in
what
Chicago,
that is.
Illinois.
Right.
And I'm like, you have a Museum of Torture, and why? Yes, they do, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Museum of Torture, where they have all manner of artifacts used throughout the years.
That's the electric chair.
Throughout the generations of torment and torture for people, and apparently it's quite popular.
Well, there you go.
So I'm like, I could skip. This one's the weird one. This is in Kentucky.
What's
Freakia.
weird?
This is Castle Postus. It's so strange. I mean, it has this gigantic green lawn. It rises up. The original owners began construction back in 1969, only to stop the process after the divorce in 1975. So the castle sat around for 20 years, just sitting there halfway done, until somebody rich enough was able to buy it in 2003. And so he, of course, he decided to finish it and renovate it and get it all done. Then the castle caught fire. So
wait, castles are made out of stone.
Well, apparently some portion of it did. So renovating it and finishing it cost double the amount of the initial construction. So they think that there's probably around $100 million into the house. But I just thought that was such a cool squirrely one.
Does it have secret passages?
I'm sure.
Because then it'd be worth it.
I'm sure it does. No, it's just interesting, but every state has one of these. We're going to put this up on the Todd and Erin page on getpartdaily.com. If you're planning some summer vacations, it's fun to go take a look at some of the weirder places that you can go in the different
Timpanogos.
states.
Here, Timpanogos.
Mount Timpanogos?
It's the caves. You've never been in the caves?
I don't think so.
Who are you?
I know, I was even born here.
What state are you from?
I've been in the caves in Virginia when I lived there.
Some of you have been to Timpanogos. It's beautiful. It's a little bit of a climb up there. Tony talked about it the other day, when he pushed his wife down and broke her leg, and then they had to carry her down. But it's up, and you get to go through, and there's a guided tour and everything. It's really nice.
We're going to have to do that this summer.
We shall do that this summer. Also, Delta. If you go to Delta, there are slate quarries. And basically what they do is they go and they blow up the quarry, and all the new rock comes down. They spread it all out, and you go in with a bucket and a stone hammer, and you split it, and there's trilobites, there's fossils, and you can do this.
No effing way.
And it's cheap, and the kids can do it. Another secret gem. Trilobites, and then you actually have a fossil of a trilobite.
We're going to have to do a big list of offbeat spots to visit in Utah.
We should.
We should do that for a road trip series. We'll do that before summer so that you guys can plan it. I just thought that was cool.
It is cool.
All right, going from cool to Barbra Streisand. She put up the cutest little tweet.
Is this really the section of the show?
She had put up a cute little tweet of her dogs the other day. Adorable, fluffy little dogs. That's a fluffy, adorable dog. That's Barbara's. It's also a clone.
It's not.
It's a clone.
It's a what?
Yeah, when her original dog Samantha died in 2017, she had cells taken from the mouth and the stomach so that she could do clone dogs. So the dogs, she got 2 of them, and they're impossible to tell apart because they're clones. So she puts one in a purple sweater and then one in a red one, and she calls them Miss Scarlet and Miss Violet.
So she cloned 2 of them?
Yeah. Clone dogs.
Has she not seen Pet Sematary?
Now the thing.
Has she not? They
do you know
get
how much it costs?
They get a son back, and Crazy Boy.
He wasn't right.
Then they get a cat back in.
She wasn't right either.
No, wouldn't go up there if I were you. And they did. And now she's got clone dogs. At any moment, they could turn on her. Any moment. If they were sheep, it'd probably be better because they were cloned first.
Do you imagine how much it costs to clone a dog? And she cloned 2 of them. Clone the dogs. Grew her dogs in a petri dish.
Wow.
Okay.
How much did that cost, do you think?
Hundreds of thousands, if not more.
Sorry about the coughing.
Hundreds upon hundreds of thousands.
Well, thanks for watching today. Tomorrow's Friday. We got snow coming in.
It's our first anniversary show. There will be celebrations.
If I live, excuse me, we're going to leave you now. We're going to say goodbye. And we're going to leave you now. Evidently, Elon Musk, his Tesla Roadster up in space, needed some work. They sent up some mechanics. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
See you tomorrow.